Good morning, everyone. Welcome to, can you tell? We're in Anchorage, Alaska. First time for me in Alaska. I'm gonna bring you on a very, very cool journey today. I got a call from a friend who is looking for a ferry pilot for a porter, which is, if you guys know, one of my favorite airplanes ever. And he wants me to fly it from Seldovia, Alaska, all the way down to Seattle, which is where I just happen to be based this summer. So, here we are. Been kind of waiting and watching the weather for about the last 2 weeks, and today looked really good. So I hopped on the earliest flight available, 6 a.m. Landed in Anchorage about 9 a.m. About to hop on another flight to Homer, Alaska, then another flight, and we're going to Seldovia, Alaska, which is right across from Kodiak Island. Gonna pick up the porter and head straight out for Yakutat, and then hopefully on to Ketchikan this evening. Let's go. Oh my God! Well, made it so far to Homer. Check out this cub ride. It's taking me to Seldovia, to the porter. Let's go. Well, guys, we've made it. We are cruising right now off Seldovia, flying through 9,000 feet. Flying over a glacier right now. Pretty dang beautiful out there. My checklist away, I'm done this. Couldn't give you too much ground briefing down there. It was just kind of a lot going on, and I was trying to get out of here pretty quick so we could make it into Yakutat and then on to Ketchikan before the sun sets. Right now we're on a VFR flight plan. Going to climb up to about 11.5, just cruise along, try and get some good fuel economy, see the sights. Right now, Yakutat is calling IFR, so hopefully the cloud's clear. If not, we'll just shoot an approach right on in there. Check out some of this view for now. Woo! Nice panel as far as Pilatuses go. Little GTN 750. Already got my IFR flight plan filed in there, but we're going VFR direct right now, according to my trusty iPhone. So do you see those bomb-looking things out there? But those are external fuel tanks, two 70-gallon tanks. So it extends the legs on this porter, which is a little bit of a fuel-hungry bird. And it's already got 170 gallons in the wing, so that plus 140 gallons on board in the wing tanks allows me to go quite far. So I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into this leg. I'm in the middle of the ocean. Probably the furthest away from land I've ever been, flying an airplane by myself. No worries, just trust your equipment. But it's time to start pumping from the wing tanks into the main. So I just click these switches on. I get two lights right here that tell me that the pumps are active. So then those are just going to pump in, and they pump at about the same rate I'm burning fuel. I'm just going to watch my main engine tanks down here, now that they're below 3/4, and they just should stay there for about the next hour as I pump that fuel out, or even more actually, because 70 each should be about 2 hours. My fuel levels should remain the same on my main fuel gauges. And then when the wing tanks do go empty, these red lights will light up, letting me know that the tanks are empty. And then I can just shut off the pump so I don't burn out the pumps. But I shouldn't actually need to run them all the way. I should be in Yakutat before that. Looks like right now GPS is showing me 1 hour, 24 minutes out from Yakutat. Too far away to get the weather. Phone doesn't work out here in the middle of nowhere, so I'm just hoping the weather's improving there. If not, like I said, I already got the GPS approach already loaded in here, so we are ready to go. Look at these views. now see what we're getting involved with down there. There's some fog stacking in down below us. Finally over some land again though, which is pretty rad. Like we are 147 miles out of Yakutat, but no big deal if it's super fogged in. Actually, I've just been doing some fuel calculations. We'll probably just keep on going to Sitka or something like that if the fuel switch doesn't look good down there. But it looks pretty patchy. And last AWAS I got before we took off was 700, so I just shoot under that or do the instrument approach. All right, little update. I'm seeing some breaking of the fog ahead, and it's about 100 miles out, which is how far we're going. So I looked up the nearest flight service station, Juno Radio, just gave them a chat, and NETAR, more than an hour old, was still showing 700 overcast. And then, but there was a pilot report that was 3 minutes old, and it was 1200 broken. So we are headed to Yakutat. Pretty awesome. Pretty stoked with the ability to, up here in Alaska, the flight service stations and the weather reporting and all of the pilots doing such a good job of keeping everybody up to date, pilot observations. Very cool. Something I don't really use in the lower 48. I don't do a whole lot of cross-country flying, but pretty helpful here where I have no cell phone coverage, no Garmin weather, and I need to kind of know what I'm doing for fuel. So pretty happy with that. I'm going to make sure and give a pilot report as I get in closer.
2315 Zulu, wind 260 at 08, visibility 10, sky condition view 1000, temperature 14 Celsius.
Oh yeah, you hear that? We are going in, ladies and gentlemen. No need to do any nav approaches. Pretty cool out there. That's, according to my chart, that's called the Milispina Glacier. Probably saying that wrong. Isn't that incredible? It's coming all the way up from the mountain. It's like spreading out like a big pond. It's frozen. So awesome. And that out there is where we're headed.
Well, fueled up in Yakutat. I was gonna stop here for longer. Guy just came out, filled me, gave me warm cookies, and now I'm cold. So I think I'm just gonna head for Ketchikan now. So I have somewhere to sleep tonight. Figure out what the plan is for tomorrow. Check this out. Alaska Airlines. Beaver just landed or actually an otter just landed like 30 seconds after I did. Pretty rad. Cool place. On to the next stop.
Cruise Center, good afternoon.
Mount Fairweather, 15,000, over 15,000 feet, that one. That might be the tallest mountain I've flown by. I'm pretty sure. We fly by Rainier all the time, it's 14,000, and it looks way smaller. Look at that, just surrounded by peaks. If you get an idea, I'm 11,500 feet, just like towering above me. Woo! Alaska's big. I've just been sitting here for the last 45 minutes with my jaw dropped. I'm completely stunned. I'm a mountain person. I knew Alaska had mountains. I love being in the mountains, flying off mountains, and I'm just never being here. I'm almost emotional about it. It's so massive, so stunning. The glaciers running down all over the place. We're about to come up to a cool, like the classic glaciers that are all cracky and blue. I'm seeing up here. I hope this camera can capture what my eyes are seeing. I just had no idea it was going to be this stunning, spectacular. I wish I had somebody here to share it with. Like, wow, Taz would love this. Holy moly. I'm just the best flight of my life. No doubt. Unbelievable. Wow, the scenery's just really changing. It went from those massive snow-covered peaks in glacial valleys, to now we're in like the fjords and the snow's all melted. It's just like beautiful green pine hills that are much lower. And then out on the coast, there's super cloudy. And there's like little tiny rock peaks sticking out of the clouds, and I can see like little rock islands all out off the coast. It's just still stunning. Changing a lot, but amazing. Check this out.
FedEx 9873, what do you full arrival like about from
Well, we're now 20 miles out from Ketchikan International. Descending through 6,000, gonna come over Kamano Point, announce my intentions, and land 29 and go have some dinner. Next on my list. Woo, what a day of flying. Tomorrow might even be better, we'll see. All right, we're all loaded up in Ketchikan, full of fuel, ready for the Canadian crossing. Sorry about the radio chatter. I got a flight service station here that does things, but looks like we're about ready to go. I'm gonna do the final check, so we're gonna take off and get out of here. Check back with you in a minute. Beautiful little Ketchikan town, a little harbor town, boats. All right, so for today's flight, one leg, 582 nautical miles. Computer's saying 6 hours and 12 minutes right now because I'm climbing, but that's not really going to be the case as soon as I level off and pick up some speed. Hopefully we're going to do it in about 4.5 hours. Overflying Canada. First time I've done that. So in order to do that, I had to file an international flight plan, which I basically file every time I fly. But filed that international flight plan, and in the remarks you write overflying Canada. When I took off out of Ketchikan, because it's the flight service station operates the runway there, they activated the flight plan for me, so all should be good. I shouldn't get shot down by any F-16s as I cross the border. But looks like we're gonna fly over a little bit of fog. Had a buddy check in with me who's a little bit further south of here overnight, and he said he is stuck where he's at due to fog, so no big deal for us because we're just gonna keep on flying in the loop. Well, if you can see on the chart there, I'm now 2 miles away from the ADIZ. This will be the first time for me crossing an international border while flying in an aircraft. Been pretty close, but never crossed one. It's about to happen. I think the Canadian F-16s are going to come get me. There she blows. Crossing the ADIZ. Pretty rad. Something new in aviation. I love it when that happens. Been a bunch of new things for me on this flight. Pretty cool. And I'm officially in Canada, eh? So sorry, eh? What if they have some ketchup flavored chips?
Just a 5 Bravo Fox, right?
Pretty nice out there today. Prince Rupert Sound or something like that. Canada down there. Bunch of clouded fjords up there. The best time for an engine failure. an emergency letdown because all I see is mountaintops and fog. Well, I see a little town over there. I could probably land on a road. Not gonna happen. I'm in a turbine. All is good, brah. So, cooking along the ground. 155 knots. 2 hours, 28 minutes to go. Somewhere over Canada. Getting her done. Well, 1 hour to go. Just ticked under an hour over the top of Vancouver Island. The first time I've seen the ground in a while. It's been pretty cloudy for the last hour or so, and it looks like it's going to get cloudy again in about 5 minutes. So I thought I'd show you a lake. Good. Back to the lower 48. Yeah, back to the where they talk not so weird on the radio. Actually, I only just try to talk to them because I'm crossing that restricted area. Charlie Yankee Romeo 109. I contacted the center, the controlling agency that's listed on ForeFlight. They didn't know what I was talking about. They sent me over to Navy Whidbey Island frequency, which happened to be the ground frequency. So yeah, I just flew through it anyway. Whatever, anybody knows what that is all about, let me know in the comments below or something. But about to cross the 8 is, now I'm worried about the F-18s off Whidbey Island coming at me. Don't you just like waggle your wings and tell them you're friendly?
Berkshire Whiskey Tower, traffic's on the roll, wind 140 at 13, cleared for touch and go.
Well, we made it. That's Puget Sound right there. Descended below the clouds now. We are headed inbound into Renton. Dropping this off at AC Aviation. We'll be done with this little journey. Thanks for following along, guys. It's fun to have somebody with you, even though you don't talk back.
246, 1 mile final.
We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.